Hey guys, Brandon here with the fam in the beautiful beach city of Del Mar with my wife, Yesenia, and we got the kiddos in front of us walking the dog. Yeah, I just wanted to just put together a quick video, just share some thoughts of what's on my mind. So, you know, now that I've been officially running for governor of California, I guess it was official back mid-December 2024. So it's been, what, a couple months, almost 3 months already. It's crazy how fast time goes by. And there's this question that I keep getting hit with. In fact, when I typically tell people that I'm running to be California's next governor, especially since I'm a Christian and I'm running as a Republican, the first response, not from everybody, but from a good handful of people, is, "You're absolutely crazy. You're nuts. What are you thinking?" And then after they say that, I'm typically hit with the question, why? Why are you running to be California's next governor? And so I thought I'd just put together a quick video to address that. And I'll start with, there's actually a number of reasons. I'm going to start with a few, but then I'm going to give you the real reason, the true reason why I'm running to be California's next governor. Before I get into it though, I have a few favors to ask. If you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button. You doing that amplifies these videos more than you realize. So hit the subscribe button. I post regularly to this channel, so you'll be updated on how the campaign is coming along. I do a lot of videos on my different policy positions, my vision for California. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and also leave a comment in this video. I really appreciate it. By the way, if you want to learn more about my campaign and how to be part of the Restore California movement, you can visit restoreca.org to learn more. Okay. So the journey here that led up to my decision, and it's really a collective decision between my wife and I. Obviously, we've been in close communication throughout this process, and I guess what really led to both of us making the decision for me to run for public office, on a practical level, what happened was back in November of 2023, I actually sold my company. I owned a national advertising agency. I sold that business. And the idea at that point actually was that I would go into pastoral ministry. That's something that we had been preparing for a number of years. But as the Lord would have it, those doors were closed for different reasons. And so as we began praying for some redirection on what would come next, the Lord really put a burden on my heart to pursue public service. And I had been interested in politics for a number of years, but just more as an observer, more as somebody who, you know, probably like you, that was concerned about what was going on in the world and that kind of thing. But as I began to realize, as I began to consider my 20 years as an entrepreneur, as I began to reflect on the different things that I had done, I began to realize that my experience very closely aligned with what's required to run a state. Just professionally, I've started 7 businesses. 2 of them have been acquired. I've worked in affordable housing. I've worked with the homeless. I've balanced budgets. I've worked with teams both on the small business side. I've actually helped to lead teams for major organizations as well, even international companies. And so I have a lot of experience that directly parallels what's required to be governor of a state. And so as I began to kind of reflect on that, as I began to consider the upcoming 2026 gubernatorial race, I had the time, I had the willingness, I had the experience, and so my wife and I discussed it for a number of months. We prayed through it and decided to do it. And so December of 2024, I filed my paperwork with the state of California, and it became official. I was officially a candidate for California's next governor. Now, so those are the more practical, more professional reasons. Beyond that, you know, I'm someone probably like you, especially if you live in the state of California, who has been directly and very personally oppressed by a number of the policies that currently plague our state, policies that have only made crime and homelessness worse, policies that have led to skyrocketing housing costs, policies that have made it just generally impossible for many families to live in California. In fact, in the last 10 years, although 5 million people have, I say from 2010 to 2020 anyway, although 5 million people moved into the state, 6 million people left. So during that 10-year period, California lost 1 million residents. And if you live in California, you know what I'm talking about. It's a very difficult place to live just economically. And so as I began to consider my professional experience as someone who has personally felt the weight of these oppressive policies, as someone who started 2 businesses in California, I know how difficult it is to run a business in this state. You know, seeing my kids go to schools that, you know, had teacher shortages and they were exposed to different curriculum and different things that we didn't approve of as parents. So I looked at it from a professional standpoint. I looked at it from a personal standpoint. My wife did as well. And so those were some of the main reasons that led to me making the decision to run for public office. But those aren't really even the primary reasons. The biggest reason, and what continues to compel me to move forward, even though, again, I'm running as a Republican, I'm a Christian, obviously, just practically speaking, the odds are stacked against me. But the main driver, the main reason I'm doing this, and the main reason we continue to press forward, even though there's been a lot of discouragement, a lot of pushback, and the Lord's provided in a lot of ways too, and there's been a lot of support as well, but it's been difficult nonetheless, is because my family and your family are worth fighting for. My family and your family are worth fighting for. And that is the main driver for me to continue down this path. And so I just wanted to share that with you. And I would appreciate your comments. What do you think about somebody like me running for office? What are your initial thoughts? Am I the kind of person that you could see yourself getting behind and supporting or not? I'd love to get your feedback. But anyway, we were just walking along the beach here in Del Mar and wanted to share those thoughts with you guys. So God bless you. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.